Good afternoon, Veterans Memorial High School parents, guardians, family, friends, and all of Patriot Nation. Before beginning, please feel free to post your pics and comments down on the hashtag below. Welcome to the 2020 Veterans Memorial High School Commencement Ceremony. I am Gregory Brower, Principal of Veterans Memorial. Before we begin, I would like to take this time to impress upon our guests in this virtual audience that you celebrate the recognition of your loved one loudly in order that they may feel how proud we all are of them. Although this celebration is typically a solemn milestone, feel free to make it as loud as possible in your homes today so all of Patriot Nation may hear our cheers. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask at this time you please stand in honor of the Veterans Memorial High School graduating class of 2020. Please remain standing for the presentation of the colors by the Veterans Memorial Army JROTC. The color guard consists of Sergeant Keaton Scott, Jr., Corporal Dara Billick, sophomore, Private First Class Samuel Martinez, freshman, and is led by Private First Class Charles Flynn, sophomore. Please remain standing through the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Senior Class Vice President Jasmine Garcia, and our national anthem, sung by the Veterans Memorial High School Choir.
March time! March! Color guard! Halt! Left! Face! Present! Arms!
Please join me as we recite our Pledge of Allegiance and sing our national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please keep your right hand over your heart for the Texas Pledge. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Christ
set, arms! Order, arms! Ready, face! Forward, march!
Please welcome to the stage Denise Allen, Senior Class Chaplain, as she delivers our invocation.
Good evening, guests and graduates. As the first official four-year graduating class of Veterans Memorial High School, join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, as we gather here today, surround those who are graduating with your grace. Bless them with hope so that they move into the future with eager and open hearts. Help them to put knowledge, skills, and insights gained through their education to the use for the good of all. Inspire them to believe in the goodness of life even when faced with challenges and difficulties. And as we know, these times are uncertain, we must remember Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Fill them with your spirit, bless them with your favor and peace as they commence with their lives. May they grow ever more grateful and wise. In God's almighty name we pray, amen. Graduates and guests, you may be seated. Please welcome back to the podium Principal Greg Bauer to deliver his opening remarks.
On behalf of the class of 2020 and the Veterans Memorial High School faculty and staff, we are honored that you have joined us online today for this very special ceremony. Graduates, I cannot simply say I'm proud of you. That word does not do justice to the emotion I have when I think of your perseverance, tenacity, and grit. This day is your day. It is a day you have earned in a way no other high school graduate has in our history. This is a unique time in our nation. There are many questions in the world today, but I do not worry how you will handle the future, and I do not worry about the challenges you will face. I wonder if the future is ready for you, the pride of Patriot Nation. I always tell you that you're the most important person in the room. Your successes and your ability to do good works will show the world what I have seen all along. I look at you and know we are in good hands. So enjoy this moment. Celebrate and take pride in your accomplishments. Share this milestone with those that love you most, your family, your friends, and guests that are watching today, and those loved ones that are with us in spirit. Before we proceed with today's ceremony, we must recognize the individuals that made this ceremony possible. Graduates, please stand. I would ask that you show your appreciation to your parents, grandparents, and family, and acknowledge your gratitude for their guidance towards your success. Please be seated. I am personally humbled at the accomplishments of this senior class. If you competed in any academic UIL events, please stand. If you competed in any fine arts, dance, cheer, or JROTC competition, please stand. If you participated in any athletic tournament or event, please stand. You are standing on your accomplishments that were gained via hard work, determination, and patriot grit. You are forever a part of the story of Patriot Nation, and for that, I thank you. Please be seated. This year's graduating class has been awarded many scholarships and university offers. This grand total is in excess of $8.1 million in scholarships and grant monies. Also at this time, we would like to honor those graduates who have decided to protect our rights and freedoms against all enemies, foreign and domestic. All graduates who have enlisted in the United States Armed Forces, please stand and be recognized. Please be seated. Congratulations. We know that you will continue to represent the Judson ISD community and all of Patriot Nation with pride. Now for the introduction of our stage party and special guests this evening. We begin with the Judson Independent School District Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Jeanette Ball. Our Board of Trustees, Board President, Ms. Renee Pashal, Board Vice President, Ms. Suzanne Canoyer, Board Secretary, Ms. Lynette Perez, Trustee, Ms. Shatanya King, Ms. Deborah Eaton, Mr. Rafael Diaz, and Mrs. Jennifer Rodriguez. Our Superintendent's senior staff, Mr. William Adkins, Chief Financial Officer, Ms. Cecilia Davis, Assistant Superintendent of Curriculum and Instruction, Dr. Milton Fields, Deputy Superintendent of Administration and Operations, Mr. Marco Garcia, Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Mr. Steve Linscomb, Director of Communications, Ms. Rebecca Robinson, Deputy Superintendent of Teaching and Learning. We thank you for your service to the Judson community. Our senior class officers of 2020, Valedictorian, Anthony Milian Centron, Salutatorian, Ashley Langston, Class President, Genevieve Hadas, Vice President, Jasmine Garcia, Treasurer, Angela Castilla, Historian, Arisbeth Martinez, Chaplain, Denise Allen, Sergeant at Arms, Aubrey Simmons, Secretary, Eleanor Asibu, Spirit Coordinators, Zeta Mendoza and Ariana Coro. The members of the Veterans Memorial High School administrative team have been spectacular in their endeavors to help each and every student succeed. Their time and efforts go beyond the normal expectations of any educator. For this, I thank you. The members of the Veterans Memorial High School administrative team are Ms. Sandra Ariano, Ms. Ellen Ball, Ms. Monica Borrego, and Ms. Cheryl Hall. The following guests are the strong educators behind the curtain. These individuals have put in time and effort this year to ensure the success of every Patriot. It is truly a pleasure to work with them day in and day out. The members of the Veterans Memorial High School counseling staff and leadership team are lead counselor Ms. Angie Allen, Ms. Jared Berlanga, Ms. Sylvia Deneau, Ms. Jade Hodges, Ms. Lillian Lima, Ms. LaShondra Lyons, Ms. Ernestine Perez, and Ms. Jennifer Rendon. Academic Dean Ms. Chanel Gomez, Ms. Sally Bancroft, Mr. Richard Mendoza, Ms. Tina Camacho, Mr. Michael Lieber, Mr. Emerson Allen, Ms. Sandra Martin, Mr. Rodney Neal, Ms. Vanessa White, Mr. Robert Irvin, and Mr. Alan Rabinowitz. I also wish to recognize the individual that is most responsible for this event. Her service to our students is outstanding. The senior class sponsor and graduation coordinator, Ms. Rebecca Ayala. And finally, I wish to recognize the entire Veterans Memorial High School faculty and staff. At this time, please welcome to the podium our Academic Dean, Chanel Gomez, as we recognize two of our students' distinguished academic achievements.
We are very proud of all of our students' accomplishments and the excellence they represent. Many of our students have performed outstanding academically. However, we have two students who have achieved the highest level of academic success. Today, we want to first recognize our salutatorian with a final GPA of 107.69, Ashley Langston. And now we recognize our valedictorian with a final GPA of 109.09, Anthony Million Centron. Congratulations to both of you. Patriot Nation, please welcome to the podium the 2020 Veterans Memorial High School salutatorian, Ashley Langston, for the salutatory address.
Good afternoon. Welcome faculty, family, friends, and first full graduating class of Veterans Memorial High School. As I sit here writing this speech, it feels unreal that these 4 years have flown by so fast. It still seems like it was yesterday when I was walking onto campus for the first time, or staying up past 3 a.m. trying to finish Mrs. Deer's DJs, or even screaming at a Friday night football game so much that my voice was completely gone the next day. I even remember when my father drove me out to Evans Road to look at the school for the first time. Back then it was only a bunch of mud, but I still stood at the fence and tried to imagine what the building would look like and all of the experiences I would get to have there. Even with how optimistic I was at that moment, I couldn't even begin to imagine how special these 4 years would be. Part of the beauty of opening this school has been the opportunity we've had to be a part of our school's first experiences. From the first day we set foot on campus as freshmen to the last day before spring break, we have had the ability to transform a new, empty building to a school full of memories, traditions, and in a way, a home. We were here for the ribbon cutting of the school back in 2016, the first home games, the first competitions, the first concerts. We even got to officially open the new softball and baseball fields this year. There have been so many accomplishments over the last 4 years as well. Our girls' basketball team was state finalists twice. The football team made it to playoffs both years of varsity play. Our cross-country team made it to regionals. We have wonderful award-winning fine arts, and so many others I wish I had the time to list. I would also like to take a moment to thank the teachers, administrators, and staff that made our time at Veterans possible. Thank you for seeing the opportunity in this school, believing in the potential of us students, and teaching us countless life lessons that we'll never forget. You have been there to support us every step of the way, and we truly couldn't have done it without you. Of course, the journey through high school hasn't been easy, and it's sometimes hard to imagine a positive outcome when all you can focus on is the pain of the present. It's especially difficult now when our time at Veterans got cut short unexpectedly, and there's no definite answer on when things will return to normal. This isn't the first trial we've had to face in our lives, and it definitely won't be the last, but it's the journey and the obstacles you face that make the end result all the more beautiful and worth it. Don't be afraid to reach out to your family or your friends. We are definitely not in this alone. This will pass eventually, and we'll move on to live the rest of our lives. A wise man named Creed Bratton once said, "No matter how you get there or where you end up, human beings have this miraculous gift to make that place home." So don't be afraid of the opportunities that await you. Take chances and face the inevitable conflicts with determination. And when you finally reach the end goal you've dreamt of, all of the struggles and time it took to reach that point will be worth it. One last thing before I finish, I want you to think about the little moments that truly made these 4 years. All the times you laughed with your friends and couldn't stop, the late night bus rides coming home from games or competitions, the times you danced in the car on the way home after a good day, and the times you couldn't stop smiling and wished the day wouldn't end. In a few years, when you think back on high school, these will be some of the most meaningful memories you have. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it. Thank you. Please welcome our principal, Mr. Brower, back to the podium.
Thank you. It is now my honor to introduce the Veterans Memorial High School Class of 2020 valedictorian, Anthony Milian Cintron.
These last few months in quarantine have been crazy. I'm sure that most people didn't go into 2020 thinking, I can't wait to be locked up in my house indefinitely because of a deadly virus. But unfortunately, that's where we are. The pandemic that hit our district, hit our country, and hit our world has been disruptive and challenging. It has prematurely ended public gatherings and most people's social lives, which includes school. It was unexpected for sure that we'd be doing online school and using Zoom, the Skype that nobody's ever heard of, but it's a reality that we have to face regardless. We, the class of 2020, have had it rough. We're the only class in decades to have our twilight year of high school cut short, taken away from us opportunities that have been afforded to every class before us and will hopefully be afforded to every class after us. This may seem like an injustice, to take away the culmination of years of struggling to get by school, and it is. However, there is nothing anyone can do to stop what is happening. Even though most of us would really prefer to not be living through a major historical event, we still are. It's all right to be upset over what happened because it does feel like we've been denied what we've wanted for 13 years. But what matters now isn't dwelling on the past or what could have been. What does matter now is getting through this pandemic and living the rest of our lives, something that we are capable of doing and will do. This is a situation I would never want to be put into. But it's a situation that other people didn't want to be put into either. Despite what we expected, this is our reality. We can freak out and panic buy things we don't need, like excessive amounts of toilet paper. Or we can stay calm and get through this by safely doing our work at home, distancing from others, and prevailing despite the odds. And the virus goes away, and we're able to return to our normal lives. We will be high school graduates with a world full of opportunity. Sure, the road looks sketchy right now, but if we stay the course and power through it in a thoughtful and safe way, we'll have the lives we expected. Our high school experience wasn't robbed from us. It was altered to protect us and the lives of others. We are the second graduating class of Veterans Memorial High School and the first class to mostly be here all 4 years. We're also the only class to graduate during a global pandemic, something that only 2020 graduates will be allowed to say. Instead of letting the circumstances beat us down, we're letting Rona know that we're going to let a virus prevent the rest of our lives from happening. To Veterans Memorial High School's graduating class of 2020, congratulations. Please welcome back Mr. Brower to the podium.
Please welcome Board President, Ms. Renee Pashal, to the podium to address the graduates.
Hello, graduates, the class of 2020. I am Renee Pashal, President of the Judson School Board, and on behalf of the entire school board, I would like to take this opportunity to say congratulations to you. I am so very proud of all of you. You are remarkable students. I am sorry that your last year of school ended so abruptly with so many unforeseen circumstances. But through it all, we can smile. Every situation has more than one way of looking at it, and I choose to look at the positives. 1, we had an extended spring break. A very extended spring break. 2, we were able to connect with teachers and friends through Zoom. Some communities had senior class parades in their neighborhoods. We celebrated Bryce Wisdom's 17th birthday with a parade passing by his house last week. We learned that in our distance, we have a lot in common. Yes, it was an uncommon finish to our senior year, but please know that we are a Judson family, and as your family, we are proud of you. Keep stretching your limits, be kind to people, and help others when you can. Keep your nose to the grind, and we, your Judson family, will do our part to help you navigate your future. To all the seniors from JECA, Judson High School, JLA, Wagner High School, and Veterans Memorial High School, congratulations to you, the class of 2020. Thank you.
Now it is time to honor each of our graduates individually. Congratulations, graduates. It is now my honor to introduce to you the Class of 2020 Senior Class President, Genevieve Hadass, for the presidential remarks and turning of the tassels.
Hello, everyone. Wow, what a journey we've endured together. Now I can use this little moment I have to speak to you all, bewailing of the sadness that COVID-19 has brought upon us. But let's highlight the accomplishments we've encountered as a class together and thank those who have sacrificed for our successes. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the Father up above us for the successes he's brought upon me. He supported me through every valley and lighting the path when I fell off track. So I thank my Father for his sacrifices to ensure my triumph. Since 2007, our parents and guardians have been supporting us through the tough early mornings, the pesky homework assignments, the what seemed like forever practices, the talent shows, and so many more moments as we grow up. So thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for being there for us when we fell. Thank you for wiping our tears. Thank you for the long and drawn-out lessons because, yes, even though we may have been staring off into space and heard about half the words you were saying, we have actually learned and taken into consideration what you have taught us. Your words have really helped us over the years, so thank you for shaping us into the young women and men we are, standing here today. Also, Grandma, Grandpa, thank you for the hugs and kisses. Thank you for putting the light in our lives when we least expected it. Thank you for the support when we had enough of our parents. And also, thank you for the extra random $20 for something special that we probably just spent on the next tank of gas. We love you all so much. Seniors, our teachers have been there for us since day one. They have sacrificed so much time from their lives to be sure they've helped us to find success. They have mentored us and taught us hundreds of lessons that have shaped us into the intelligent young women and men we are to this day. So I would just like to stop and take this moment to thank them for their diligence and perseverance over these past 12 years. So thank you, teachers. Senior athletes, I'd like to thank our coaches for their inspirational speeches, their uplifting words, and even their tantrums when plays or points didn't turn out in our hopes. Let's appreciate their lessons that taught us maturity in times of need. They were more than a coach. They were a second mom, a second dad when we felt lost. Let's thank them for transforming our insecurities into confidence. We can lift our head even higher today because of their uplifting words every early morning on our runs and late nights out on the field. Seniors, take a moment, sit back, and reminisce about the thrilling moments with your friends. Running out to your car, hurrying to go get a bite to eat before heading home. Remember those wild football games and late night snacks at Whataburger afterwards? What about those laid-back practices where everyone would forget the competition for a moment and instead enjoy the belly-aching laughs everyone shared? Or how exciting it was when those Fridays came rolling around and everyone was off the walls with the early weekend energy, especially those Food Fest Fridays. And those weekends spent at the lake, on the couch binge-watching the new season that came out on Netflix. Sleepovers at each other's houses, and just laying low or flying high with those friends we love. Seniors, cherish these moments and keep them dear to your heart because these past 4 years have taught you so much about yourself you may have never known, including the friends you have grown with. Now the time has come for me to give you my 2 cents on how to survive these upcoming years as we figure out the rest of our lives on our own. Of all graduating classes these past few years, this class of 2020 has gone through it. I don't even have to tell y'all went through it too. We roll with the punches, but through the thick skin we have formed, we're going to be on our own. Yes, we'll still have family around and some friends reaching out every now and then, but these are going to be the times that we need to find out who we really are. So seniors, listen closely. I have a challenge for y'all. Do not, and I mean do not, let others define you. You are the one and only version of yourself, and you are the only one who can make decisions for yourself. You are unique. You are one of a kind. Discover yourself, and you will find loads of confidence and beyond. Class of 2020, as we move forward into the next chapter in our lives, we can't forget who have contributed so much into who we are today. So right now, let's take a moment and thank those who have been with us through thick and thin. Think of your class, text them, call them, and let them know how much you love them. Even those you may not have been close to but may have made an impact in your life. Let them know how thankful you are for their influence, even if it was just a little laugh you needed to get through the day. Class of 2020, I thank you for giving me the most memorable start to the rest of my life. Let's go out and live the rest of it. Graduates, please stand. To symbolize our status as graduates of Veterans Memorial High School, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Please remain standing for the alma mater sung by the Patriot Choir and continue standing for the closing remarks given by senior class historian Erisbeth Martinez.
I would like to thank all of our hardworking teachers, families, and students for making this an unforgettable experience. Our senior year has been a roller coaster for us, yet we did it. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We didn't get knocked down, instead we showed hope. We are the first full graduating class of 2020. Most of us have been here since freshman year, and now we've made it. We've seen each other grow up throughout the years, and we have been blessed to make a very memorable high school experience. Graduates, our time has come to begin a new chapter in our life full of amazing journeys, risks, and challenges. Please welcome back to the podium, Mr. Brower.
Class of 2020, you will always be an historic graduating class. I applaud you and wish you the absolute best. We are invested in your success, and as such, please remember, you always have a home in Patriot Nation. Graduates, stand up. You may be at home, but we're still going to do this. Grab your cap. Mom, Dad, get ready to take a picture. Remember, I want to see these pictures, these graduation watch parties, these cap throwing moments right here on our live stream. Remember to post hashtag JISD Patriots 2020. Are you ready? Throw them up, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Thank you and have a great afternoon.